Union Home Minister Amit Shah tests positive for COVID-19. Amit Shah says doctors have advised him to get hospitalized. He requests his contacts to come forward and get tested on their own initiative. So that's the latest coming in here on Mirna this Sunday evening. I have my colleague Meenakshi joining me on the phone line. Meenakshi, I was just reading the tweet. It says कोरोना के शुरुआती लक्षण दिखने पर मैंने टेस्ट करवाया और रिपोर्ट पॉजिटिव आई है. That is the tweet put out by Amit Shah. Give us more details on any other information that we have besides this, Meenakshi.
Well, Afiza, the first important news update is that he's the first Union Cabinet Minister who has tested positive for corona. And he has put out a tweet in the interest of transparency where he has said, like you already mentioned, that the initial symptoms were there, basis which he got himself tested and the report came out positive. And he says very importantly that his health is fine, but as a result of abundant caution on the advice of doctors, he is getting himself admitted. And he is making another very important, giving another very important message here. He's saying that I'm requesting all those people who came in contact with me to take all due diligence on their part, get themselves tested and also isolate themselves. So very important announcement coming in from no less than the Home Minister himself. He's the first Union Cabinet Minister who has tested positive for COVID. But very importantly, he's saying that his health is fine. But as a result of abundant caution on the advice of doctors, he's getting himself admitted. And the test results came back positive after he displayed the initial symptoms of COVID-19.
Right. Meenakshi, there is a very strong appeal as well in that message. Mr. Amit Shah is perhaps aware that there must have been a lot of people coming in close contact or coming in close proximity with him over the last few days. Obviously, he's been active in public life, handling the current situation in the country with the health crisis. Therefore, the next step, of course, would also then be very important to round up everyone else, and that would include a lot of high-profile people as well, Meenakshi.
Well, yes, Afiza, naturally, this is the first time in the interest of transparency, the Home Minister himself is disclosing the fact that he has tested positive. And thus far, obviously, there was no indication of anything that was amiss. And he is saying it very candidly that his health is fine. But as a result of abundant caution on the advice of doctors, he is getting himself admitted. And that apart, he is also requesting for all those people who came in contact with him to do the necessary due diligence at their end and also isolate themselves. So, yes, of course, we will not hazard a guess or speculate on who those people were, but he was in charge, or he is in charge of high-profile meetings, holding a very key portfolio, which would have entailed him conducting several meetings or meeting several people over the course of his daily routine. And in the interest of transparency, he is putting this information out in the public domain, stating categorically all the facts of his case, which include that these were the initial symptoms which have established that he is indeed COVID positive. Out of abundant caution, the doctors have advised him to get admitted, which he is. And secondly, he is stating that all those people who came in contact with him should also do the necessary due diligence at their end and have themselves medically evaluated and also isolate themselves.
Yes. Absolutely, and that's very important, and it also goes to show that despite all precautions, despite the fact that Mr. Amit Shah held most of his meetings via video conferencing and definitely all measures taken to ensure safety, yet there is a possibility that there is a margin of error because of which a person can get infected, and it does not spare anyone, whether you are a luminary or a regular citizen. Just about everybody is vulnerable in that sense. Thanks for joining us, Meenakshi, with your inputs on this big story.